me just get my camera right. There we go. No one here yet? I don't think anyone's looking, so I'm on a few minutes early as always, just so that people know they're in the right place. My name's Jeanni, and I'm running half-hour art lessons every day at 2:30 on Jeanni Art on Facebook Live. So it's all a bit of fun, and these art lessons are for all ages, all abilities. Quite what you do with them is up to you. You can take them to highly professional standard, or you can just have a bit of fun with your 2 and 5-year-olds, whatever. It's for all people, so you can take it to whatever level you want. Hi Anita, nice to see you. Hi Michael, I've got my regulars coming in, that's lovely. Please like and share me even while we're starting, because that will get a few more people here. And Anita again, oh hi to you too Anita. And who else have we got? There's a few people popping up now. I think you're getting to know that I usually come on 5 minutes early. Yep, and we've done quite a few things that have been quite exciting so far. We've done 3-dimensional flying objects. We did butterflies and birds and a dragon that one of you suggested. I think that was coming from Emily, I've got a feeling. And we've done, I'm looking down at the floor at the different things. We've done 3-dimensional people. We've done people in action, like this one here. We've done faces, up, down, sideways. We've done looking up and down at people. So we've done some really quite technical art, and we've done some really fun 3-dimensional things. Yesterday, hi Pamela, nice to see you again. Yesterday we did daffodils, and we did them both in colour, and we did them crayons and paint and 3-dimensionally. I had a few more pictures through this morning. Anyone who did it yesterday, please send your pictures through. I love seeing them. If you send them, I'm assuming you don't mind me putting them up on a gallery each day. So please don't send it if you don't want me to use it, but I do love seeing them, and it's very nice for me to put them up. We'll wait another few minutes. We did beach huts the other day. That was another one, and they could either be garden sheds or beach huts, and the doors opened. All of these lessons, if you've missed any of them, are still available on Art Jeanni, so you can still go back, you can still watch them from beginning to end even now, so just because you missed it doesn't mean it's gone. And I've missed something and I can't think what it was, to be honest, but that's pretty much it. We've done 7 lessons so far. Oh, hello Carol, nice to see you. And so that's good. One of my old school chums, there you go. Hilary, lovely to see you again. Obviously not on the phones today, that's good. As I said yesterday, Hilary's done me a lot of favours over the years with the way she works, but I don't know if I'm allowed to give away what she does, but she is a star. So, hello Sarah, nice to see you again. How are you? Send me some thumbs ups and things. We're up to 10 now. We won't start for another few minutes. And hi Carol, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. I'm hoping we'll get Jackie and people in as well soon with the children, but we'll see. And we're going to do something quite fun today. I've got a couple of ideas. Well, it's really, well, yeah, 2 ideas. Tomorrow, I will say this again in a while, but I'm doing a charity event tomorrow. So this lesson won't be happening as it is, but it will still be happening, but it's going to be an hour and a half. It's still going to be at 2:30. But it's going to be at www.facebook.com Cornish Partnerships, because tomorrow I'm doing, hello Simon, I'm doing a charity event for the Cornish Children's Hospice. So if you did join in with that, it would be lovely. And also if you made donations, that would be even better. Not to me, I'm not asking for any money for these lessons, but please would you like to donate to the Children's Cornish Hospice, because they do so much good work, and I think in these funny times it's even more important to do it. So tomorrow I will be live on Facebook, but not on my own channel. I'll be on the Cornish Partners one. So again, it's going to be www.facebook.com Cornish Partnerships. I will put it out tonight with the equipment for tomorrow. So hello Charlotte and Emily, nice to see you again. I had loved the photos of you guys doing your artwork yesterday. That was fantastic. We're going up in numbers at the moment. We've still got a few minutes till we're going to start, so I'll just keep introducing myself. I think what I'll do is I normally show you all about myself at the beginning. Today I'm going to do it at the end, I think, because a lot of you who are up already have kind of gone through all that. And it's just nice for me to be able to show the kind of things that people have been doing. I'm going to show you though too. This was a girl in London who was working with me on a private lesson, the ones that I do charge for. And she did that after 2 hours working from London. So that's pretty impressive, I think. She was 12 years old and that's what she managed to do. And this was a young man doing aerial views of architectural plans with me yesterday from London. And so he at the moment is on a mission for me, designing me a beach house for an art studio for when all this is finished. I have a strange feeling my budget won't be able to stretch to it, but he's designing me my own art studio beach house. Hello Deborah, nice to see you. Thank you for coming along to say hello to us. We'll still leave it another couple of minutes till I start in earnest, just so that I've got everyone here to start with. I was going to tell you a bit more about some of the people doing art. Oh, tomorrow, very exciting. I'm also doing, hello Jenny and Deborah, I'm also doing a children's party tomorrow via the internet, via Zoom, and I'm doing it with my son, who's an entertainer in Australia. So if you wanted to search my son, he's great fun. His name is James Bustar, which is Bustar. And if you search him, you'll find him all over the internet. He's one of the top jugglers in the world. He's absolutely amazing. So he's doing this party with me tomorrow. He'll be doing juggling acts and teaching juggling, and I'll be teaching art. And I think we're doing it for 20 children that will be all over Cornwall, but all joined together for the art lesson and the juggling. So if anyone else wants a party, keep us in mind. The only problem is we do have to do them in the mornings because James's time frame is obviously completely out of sync with mine. So that's that. Now we'll wait another couple of minutes. So you might, I know this is a strange one, but if you've just waited for it, I forgot to say on my list, and I do apologise, but would you like to go and get yourself a plate maybe, just quickly, and something else small? It doesn't have to be a plate, but a round that's about the size of your A4 paper and a smaller round circle of some description. And oh, I've got a Claire coming in from London. I have a few more waves and a few more thingies, bits and bobs coming up the side, just so I feel like someone's there. I've said before, I find this so strange, teaching to a camera. I'm used to having an audience. For those of you who don't know me, the biggest audience I've had so far was 450 people at the Eden Project all at once. And if you go on my website, you can see me actually teaching all 450 people at once. So, and I have to say, one of these videos so far has had over 4,000 viewings. So please like and share it after the lesson as well. It's really nice if it's actually going out and giving that many people entertainment. So thank you for your support, all of you. And I'll just give it another couple of seconds and we'll start. So grab a couple of circular things. And I am sorry I forgot to put it on my list yesterday. We need that circular object to fit your A4 paper. So if you haven't got any paper there, you should have, because it was on the list, but there we go. Something that will fit on like that and just fit into it nicely. Okay, right, give me some thumbs ups and things when you're ready. And is everyone there now? Got a few new people coming in, and then I'll start explaining what we're up to today. Oh yeah, I'm getting some thumbs ups, some hearts and things. Thank you very much. It lets me know that you're kind of ready to go. Okay, now today is the day, as I'm sure you all know, that we're all going to go outside tonight and we're going to start clapping, because the NHS is doing such an amazing job. And I must admit, that just made me well up, because my daughter is one of those people at this moment, and the pressure they're all under is enormous, and I know we couldn't manage without them. So I think send a few smiles up for the NHS, because they absolutely deserve it. They are going above and beyond. It's incredible what they're doing. Based on that, now I don't know if this is happening everywhere or not, but I've noticed in my street that a number of people have been putting up rainbows, and it's to do with the fact that people are looking for us coming out of the other side of the rainbow. So when this is all over, to a better place. And that means that these rainbows are quite symbolic. And I was thinking it would be really nice if all of us today made a rainbow and possibly hang it in your windows, and we'll see if we can get a little thing going, a bit like the clapping of having these rainbows hanging around in the windows. Now, I hope you like that idea. The other thing is, I've had an email myself saying that people are putting teddy bears in windows. Now, today we're not going to make a teddy bear, but if you have a teddy bear, the whole idea is you put it in a visible window at the front of your house, because then when the mums are taking the children for walks and they're finding it all a bit strange, there aren't many people out and about, they can be distracted by seeing how many teddy bears they can see each day. So 2 things today. 1, put your own teddy bear in a window where the children can see it and count teddy bears. And number 2 is we're going to make a rainbow. And we're going to hang that hopefully in the windows. So when you're doing your clapping tonight at 8 o'clock, both things will be something else to add to that. Now, the first thing you need to do is take your sheet of paper. I would do this in pencil again first. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Claire. And I would place it in the centre one way, but you can go quite near the top at the other way, because then we can use all of this piece of paper afterwards. If you've got slightly thicker paper, that would be good, but if you haven't, thin paper's fine. If you've got coloured card and things, you can always use those things as well. So please be imaginative with my ideas. These are just starting points, and then you can develop them. Now, what you're going to do, let me get rid of a few of these from the other days. Now, Simon's on, and Simon will know why, but I bought this flip chart because I was doing something for Simon. I was meant to be doing an event for him, and so I bought the flip chart for Simon, and I have to say thank you that I did that, because without this flip chart I would be a bit stuck at the moment. So Simon, you're a hero for getting me to buy a flip chart. So there we go. Right, now I'm going to put my piece of paper up. Again, we're doing it portrait, which means up and down. And then you're going to draw in pencil around your plate like that and make yourself a nice big circle. So the moment you've done it, could you just send me some thumbs ups and things, please? And again, for those of you who might have just joined us, tomorrow, hello Lorraine, nice to see you. Tomorrow I'm doing the charity event for Cornwall's Children's Hospice, so I will be online, but I will be on www.facebook.com/Cornish Partnerships, and we're doing a big charity event. It's going for the whole 24 hours, and donations for that will be lovely. This lesson is free, so don't worry about me, but please give something to the hospice. When you've done that, what I need you to do next, so you've done that in pencil, is I need you to take your pair of scissors and cut that circle out, but try and keep this piece of paper safe. So we're going to cut it out. Now, if we've got any littlies out there, make sure a mum, a dad, or a big brother or sister or somebody or an auntie helps you. If you're old enough to use scissors on your own, then there you go. You can get this done on your own. I think I now cover that. I think I'm probably too old, maybe. I don't know. There we go. So I'm going to keep this piece. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm just going to pop it here for a minute. And I've got my circle. Okay, thank you, Simon. You saved the day without even knowing it. Okay, so give me some thumbs up when you've done it, please, so I can time myself, because I do find the timing difficult when I'm just talking to a screen. So give me a few thumbs up when you've done your circle and you've cut it out, please. And don't forget, if you're new on there now, about the teddy bears in the window, because I've seen quite a few children wandering around here counting teddy bears, and it gives them something nice to do when they go on their walk with their mum or dad or whoever they go with. All right, so we've got your circle. Right, looks like we're ready. What we're going to do now is fold the circle in half, like that, and squeeze it together. And that's going to be, in a minute, our rainbow. But we're going to do a lot more to it. That isn't the end of it. So one rainbow, starting. Now we're going to open it up again. And we're going to take a smaller circle. I'm using a beaker this time. I don't think my grandson's going to be very happy because I've managed to draw a black marker line round it now, so he'll probably never forgive me, but there we are. And I can use that central line here so that I can see where to put it. Can you see? Because I can use the fold in the paper and make sure I've got about the same amount of space in all directions. Then I'm going to draw another circle around that. So we're going to go around, draw my next circle, but you're drawing in pencil. As always, I'm drawing in black markers so you can see what I'm doing. So you draw in pencil. Then we're going to fold this back in half and we're going to cut out this circle in the middle. And you'll start seeing our rainbow arriving. So that's most of our rainbow now, but we're still going to do lots more. This isn't the end of it by any means. So we've got our rainbow, and you can either do this by opening it up and colouring the whole way round, which might be quite a good way of doing it, or you could colour it half and half. I think I would open it up and colour all the way round in one go, because we want this to have colour both ways when it moves, because we're going to hang it on a piece of string. So both sides need to be coloured. And I know that the screen's going to come up backwards, and I'm sorry, I can teach art, but I'm not much of a techno wizard, and if I turn the camera around I can't see you guys there, so go with me please. But the colours of the rainbow I was taught at school many years ago is Richard of York gave battle in vain, which means that you start with red, which is the Richard bit, then it's orange, then it's yellow, and I know this is going to be back to front, but I can't write back to front, I'm sorry, green, blue, indigo, and violet. So we've got 7 colours of the rainbow. Now you can colour that through your 7 colours and you will end up with something that looks a little bit like, can you see here? So it started with the red on the outside, and then we went into the yellow and we walked all the way down to the purple. So you can see there that we've got all the colours of the rainbow. Now you could possibly colour these after the lesson today, or you can colour them a little bit in a moment, but I think for now we'll do all the cutting out first. So this is going to be your colours of the rainbow, and there are 7 colours in the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. And if you want to remember it, it's Richard of York gave battle in vain, and then you can remember the order of the colours. Now we'll put that one to one side for a minute, and now we're going to take our piece of paper that was left, preferably a thicker piece, but it doesn't have to be, and we're going to make ourselves a couple of clouds. And we can do that by doing nice big round curly clouds like this, and again you could do it in pencil for now and then outline it if you want to. And when we want things that you can see both sides, do you remember last time we turned it over and we could already then see the lines that we'd use? So I might also, if I'm going to outline this one, I might also outline it now on the other side, and I'm going to need to colour it on both sides too. Now you can do more than one cloud if you like. My cloud looks a little bit peculiar, but there we go. And you're going to cut the cloud out now. Now we talked about this before for anyone younger, but when you cut from the outside and cut into the middle and stop. Don't try and turn the corner like that, it's very awkward. Then come from the other side and cut from the outside and then cut into the middle corner bit, and then you'll find it just falls away really easily. So again here, cut from the outside of the curve in, and then cut from the outside of the curve. You should turn it over, but I'm doing it back to front to make it easier for you to see, and in. So would you like to cut your clouds out now, please? You can make more than one if you like, but for now I would just make one. And when you've done your cloud, maybe if you can send me some thumbs ups and things, please, then I just get an idea of how you're all doing. So you've cut out your rainbow. We can do all the colouring at the end in a minute. And I'm just tidying this up. I'm just going to finish cutting mine out while you're cutting yours out. Please do like and share these lessons. Every day I'm going to do something arty, crafty, with just little bits and bobs you'll have around the house. So it won't be anything you have to go out and buy. There'll just be things that you normally would have around the house. So I'm using A4 printing paper a lot just because I think most houses nowadays have that. But it could be any paper. It doesn't have to be printing paper. So there's my cloud. Now I'm only going to give myself one cloud and I've still got to colour my rainbow. So don't fit yours together yet. But you could then fit your cloud either inside the rainbow like that, or you could fit it onto one side once it's coloured. And if you wanted to, I suppose you could have made another cloud the same and fitted it to the other side. They're all options you could think about. If you wanted to be very clever, you could do some colouring on it. So maybe I could do some little curly bits like this. So I could do some little curls of blue and things on it to make it look a bit more cloudy. You could stick some cotton wool on it if you wanted to, or if mummy's got some makeup pads you could pull apart, put on there. Do check with your parents first, as they always said on Blue Peter and all of that. But you could either do some little marks like this to make it look more like a cloud, or you could stick some bits on it. If you've got glitter, you could put some little bits of glitter on it. They're all options, and that's why I love seeing your artwork, because there's so many different things you can do once you've got the basic idea. The last thing we're going to do with this now is we're going to do some raindrops that are going to hang down. Now, again, we could just make raindrops using the remains of our piece of paper that we had around the edges. So this one's really only a one piece of paper project, and we could make them like almost like little teardrops like that, and then cut them out. And then we could colour them on both sides again and cut them out. You could have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10, up to you. The other thing you could do though is you could cut your raindrops out. I'm just going to cut this one out quickly. And I'm cutting it out. Remember to always point your scissors away from you. Never point them at yourself. And never walk around with scissors. I won't tell you, but I've got a very horrible story about something that happened to me when I was a child with a pair of scissors when somebody wasn't holding them properly, not me. And so I'm very aware that scissors are dangerous, so just take care with them and be sitting down when you're using them. The other thing you could do is use a little bit of baking foil and then wrap your raindrop up in baking foil so that your raindrop sparkles. And the nice thing about baking foil is you can just bend it into shape, and you could get your raindrops that way. Or you could do it by colouring. If you've got silver paper, you could use that, or gold paper. Maybe you've got some odd bits left from wrapping. Some of the freezer tin foil ones have a tin foil and white lid. You could maybe use some of those if they're around. So draw yourself some little silver raindrops, or little raindrops that are like teardrops, and then later you can decide how you're going to colour them and finish them off. But there's the one idea for those. I've got sparkly paper here and all sorts. You could use that. You could put glitter on your raindrops. The options are endless. If you're only going to do it by colouring, then I would suggest that you did something like this, which would be draw your raindrop like that, and then you almost draw like a little window on the side of it like that, and it makes it look like it's a little bit wet. If I just move this camera for a minute, I'll take you over and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So over here you can see that the little marks in it there. Okay, and then I'll move you back and put you back up on my stand. Right, there you go. So we've got the raindrop thing. We can do that. Have you all finished that? Can you put some hearts up and things so I know that you're pretty much up with me? And then we're going to put all of this together. Is anybody up to me, or are you still dropping things out? Oh, sorry, cutting things out, dropping things out. Teacher's lost it, I think. Here we go. So we're going to end up with something a little bit like this, with raindrops falling and clouds. Now this one's all a bit symmetrical, I think. Personally, I prefer it when they're less symmetrical, but that was the only picture of one I could find. So there's the one. These are some of the lessons I used to do when I was a teacher in schools in Australia. So I'm showing you some of the lessons I used to do there when I was teaching in a school over there in Sydney. Now, the rainbow we've got the clouds. So we're going to see how this is all going to fit together. Obviously, you need to colour your rainbow first, so please don't attach it yet. You could do it with sellotape like we did yesterday. I'm going to do it with a stapler today just because I happen to have one here. So my cloud is now attached. What we can now do is take a piece of string or cotton, and over here I've actually got some really lovely thread. So it just depends what you've got around, but can you see I've got some sparkly thread, which is rather nice. But I haven't bought anything specially, they're just weird and wonderful things I have around. So just use what's there. There's no need to buy something new to make it better or anything. And so I'm going to use a piece of this sparkly thread, and what I'm going to do is lay it into that fold of the rainbow like that. So I'm laying it into the fold, and then it's dangling down, and that's where my raindrops are going to go. And I'm going to make one longer than the other. I think both of these are a bit too long, but that's completely up to you. So I'm going to chop them off. You could have raindrops falling on both sides. I'm going to decide I'm only going to have them on one side. Now I need to fix that piece of thread so it doesn't fall through. So the best way to do that would be to take a small piece of sellotape. And I'm sorry, it's going to be with my teeth again, only because I don't want to leave you behind to find some scissors or anything. And I'm just going to sellotape in that fold the piece of string in, just so it doesn't move. So it's sellotaped in there now. Then when I close it again, they won't move. So they're for the raindrops to hang on. And we also are going to need a string coming up from the middle. So this time, the way I'm going to do that is take the string, I'm going to tie a knot, but with a loop. So look, I've left a loop at the end here, and then I'm going to tie a knot. You might need a mum or dad to help you if you're younger doing this. And now I've got a loop. Can you see at the end? And the knot's a bit further down. I'm going to put that knot inside the rainbow there. And then I'm going to either sellotape it in, or I'm going to staple it in. In my case, I'm going to staple it in just to make sure it doesn't slide out. But I would have coloured the rainbow first. And I need to make sure that the staple has caught right in the middle of that loop. Now I'm going to do it again, otherwise the string will come free. So the loop's there to help it stay in place. You can do it with sellotape, or you can do it with a stapler like that. And now I've got the string hanging at the top. I can cut this extra piece off in a moment. And my cloud is moving. Now I need to shut this end of my rainbow together. So again, we can do it with a rolled up piece of sellotape like we did yesterday, or we can use a stapler again. Either or. Now, that's almost finished now, but obviously my one isn't in colour and yours will be. But we need to attach our raindrops. And I've managed to put mine down and lose it. Oh, there it is. Got it. So there's my raindrop. And I'm going to attach this one to this end of our little mobile. And again, it's a good idea if I put a knot there of some description, just to cause a little bit of friction, which means that the string won't fall away. So I've put a little knot at the end there this time. And then if I either sellotape it over the knot or staple it just above the knot, it will mean that the string won't suddenly shoot through. And then if we hold this up again, I think you can see how this is starting to work and become a little mobile to hang in your windows. As I said, you could have done a second cloud the same to go on the other side here, or not, and all of this should be in colour. Now, once you've done all of that, or once you've understood all of that, I would get your colouring done first. You can always rerun the end of this video to see how to put it all together. But you can end up with your raindrops one side, your cloud, and your rainbow here. And I suppose, if you really liked, the other thing we could do with another piece of the remaining paper would be to draw a sunshine to attach to it as well. Now, I can't say that's something I've done before, but it's something I was just thinking of. So again, you could draw another circle. I'm using a toilet roll this time. And I have mentioned that next week we're going to do something with toilet rolls. So if you could hang on to them, you might need about 12 of them. So I'm going to give you time to find them. There's a little circle, and then this time you could put the points like the sun around it, or like sunshine coming out, and then cut it out. You could even put a smiley face on your sunshine, cut it out and add it to your rainbow. I have to say, I think that's the funniest sunshine I've ever managed to draw, but we'll go with it, as it's what I've got here at the moment. I'm going to cut around that. Again, you could use gold paper or something, and I could stick my sunshine on it as well. You don't need the sunshine, I must admit. Normally I wouldn't do it. I was just thinking. So you've got all these options that you could add to it. I would love to see these finished, and the whole idea, if you're coming on now, was to hang them in your windows as a way of acknowledging the NHS, because there's a lot of people around who've been putting up thank you NHS and rainbows and things, and I think it's pretty symbolic of just when we come out of it, it will be down to them. So that's up to you if you want to hang it in your window or in your bedroom or somewhere. Also, for those of you who are just coming on, remember the thing I was saying about the teddy bears. I've seen a few things saying that if you put a teddy bear in your window, a lot of children are doing teddy bear hunts when they go for walks with their parents, and it's nice for them to be looking for something rather than realising how few people there are out on the streets. So I've got 2 teddy bears looking out of my window at the moment, and they're having a lovely time watching the children go past, counting them. And tomorrow the art class will be 2:30, but it's going to be an hour and a half, and it's going to be at, let me just pick this up and check, it's going to be at www.facebook.com/cornishpartnerships/ and that will be between 2:30 and 4. So what's that say? Picture sent, I use the centre as a spiral to hang. Oh, what a good idea. Ah, brilliant idea, somebody's just said, which is they use the centre of the rainbow like this, and they cut it into a spiral rather than using strings. So look, cutting it round like this, I think this is what they mean. Cutting it round and round and round. I hadn't thought of that. That's a really good idea. So please show me, and all of my ideas are really just to get you thinking, get you to have a go, and for all of you, there isn't a right or wrong. It's all about just having a bit of fun. So somebody did that with a circle by cutting it into a spiral, and they're hanging it from that, which is a lovely idea. So there's another idea. And tomorrow's going to be back to drawing, so it's going to be pencils, felt pens, crayons, paper, that sort of thing. We won't be doing a 3D thing tomorrow. but the following day will be 3D again, something completely different, nothing like today's. So just to rerun it for anyone who's new to today, I run art lessons for all ages, all abilities, and a few of you online have done them before. This was a guy in London yesterday, a boy of 13, doing an aerial architectural view with me. And this is about my normal lessons, the ones I do charge for. These are unique. They've been used with things like the Discovery Channel, the Neuroscience, Oxford University, completely unique way of teaching, where in 3 hours, that was the progress of a 10-year-old girl. In 3 hours, people learn perspective they didn't even realise they didn't know. Even architects have said they were blown away by what they learnt. 3 hours on paint, works with anybody. I've worked with stroke victims, people with Parkinson's, all sorts of things. This lady here was a 90-year-old stroke victim. She did that after 5 lessons. 50-year-old German lady after 4 lessons. And a 40-year-old gentleman here after only 3 lessons. None of them could do anything before, so it's very quick learning. These ones I am charging for. This little lesson is just a freebie. It's my way of giving you something to do while you're at home. I do hope that you're enjoying it. As I said, the idea today is to do these rainbows. You can use your imagination about colouring it. You've got the Richard of York gave battle in vain with the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. You could always make your rainbow your own colours. And you've got the clouds, the sunshines, the raindrops. You could have added 2 or 3 raindrops down the length of the string. You don't have to only add them at the end. I didn't make any more, but I would have put another 3 or 4 down that string. I personally prefer it a bit more asymmetric like this. But again, here's one that was finished. This was done by a 9-year-old girl a few years ago when I was teaching in Australia. She's made it all very symmetrical. So basically, go whichever way pleases you and just enjoy having a bit of fun with it and doing something with the children. Use your imaginations, use some recycling. This was a boy who's doing the proper full-on lessons with me again. He did that up in London on his own. An hour and a half later from London through the Zoom with me, he drew that of his dog. And at the moment he's now painting the dog, but we haven't quite finished that, so I'll show you when it happens. I do hope that you've enjoyed it today. Once again, this is completely free, but if you would be so kind as maybe to put a message or a quote or something up on my TripAdvisor, which is Art at the Beach, Newquay, that would be lovely, because it's nice to have something go up so people know what I'm about. And also if you want to put something on Facebook, it would be lovely. I've really enjoyed working with you and I hope you've enjoyed it too. Please share the lessons. As I said, all of the lessons are still visible on Facebook. So if you fancy catching up or if you forget a bit and you want to rerun it, all of those things are possible. So if you could send me some thumbs up and some hearts and that, so I know you're all there and that everything's going well. And please send me pictures of what you do. And do like and share my posts, please, and the video itself. And I do hope you've enjoyed it. Have a lovely day. Remember, put your rainbow in the window. And also, please put your teddy bears in the window for the children. And remember tonight, most important of all, 8 o'clock, we're all going out to clap the NHS again. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you soon. And there's a couple of you there. I'd love to have a chat. There's a couple of people I've known for years. So, Jenny, thank you for the thank you. Carol, thank you for the thank you. Deborah, thank you for the thank you. Michael, thank you for the thank you. And I'm not quite sure who else is out there at the moment. Do tell your friends. Last week, Saturday, was my best day. And if we can get this video, once it starts being moved around, to get more than 4,000 views, that would be fantastic. So share it out. A few schools, just so you know, are using these lessons now, I believe. And so they're sending them out to their pupils that are at home. If you know a school that might be interested, please draw their attention to it, because it's all for free. My way of saying thank you to you all, and that I wish the best for you all. Take care. Bye-bye.